Hey, in this video, I just wanted to touch base with everyone that is subscribed to this channel. First of all, I wanted to apologize, because I tried to go through a little bit of a shift last year, and I've also been studying a lot and learning a lot about YouTube. And what I realized is that I probably, turned off quite a few subscribers that originally, joined me on this journey of trying to heal ulcerative colitis, right? And I wanted to kind of rebrand that into lifestyle because I'm also interested in, business and travel. But the reality is that with people dealing with ulcerative colitis, it may be difficult for them to see that in the future. Although I definitely want everyone to strive for what their future looks like, but to share business and travel type scenarios on this channel, I just don't think is the best way to do that. And in my research and studying of YouTube over the past 6 months, I really feel like it's best to keep this channel directly related to ulcerative colitis. And I think I've been given a tremendous opportunity in this life to share with others, my personal journey and what it took for me to overcome ulcerative colitis. And, it was a significant struggle for 8 years that I dealt with it, and until it nearly killed me. And then I had to really dig down deep and figure out a way to help myself because the traditional methods just were not working for me, and I was dying a very slow and painful death. And that came about whenever I lost 50 pounds in a single month and became bedridden, disabled. It was absolutely the worst time of my life. I originally acquired colitis in 2005 while I was in Iraq. I spent a whole year in Iraq with the military, and I thought that was bad enough. But going through an ulcerative colitis flare was the absolute worst thing in my life. The thing is that it plagued me on and off for 8 years until that 1 month, whenever whatever happened, and I dropped 50 pounds in a single month. And it was terrible. I mean, for 3 months, I literally thought there was no way I would wake up the next day. I was in so much pain. My body was just excruciating pain, and all of my organs were not functioning properly, and it was just horrific. I thought I might even bleed to death. That's how much of a bleeding issue there was. And so it was the absolute worst experience of my life. And I really had to dig deep, and it was all by just the right things happened for me at the right time, and I was able to find what worked for me, and that's what I need to share with other people. So kind of going back to what I was saying is that I really want to I really apologize for trying to shift directions on this channel. As you can see, I renamed the channel now to Living with Ulcerative Colitis because I think each of us that are on this journey, that's what we're trying to do. Maybe that's not even the best name, living with, or maybe should be living without. I don't know. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. You could always comment below. Let me know what kind of resonates with you. But I mean, I have been in complete, total 100% remission since 2013, 2014, so 7 years now. And you'll see my before picture on the banner, which, if you've noticed that, if you go to my channel homepage, I went ahead and rebranded that because I wanted to focus completely on ulcerative colitis for this channel. I think I've been given a tremendous gift to be able to share with others my story, and it's just something that I've thought about, and also learning about YouTube and really developing the audience and what's going to serve them best. And I think what serves people dealing with ulcerative colitis best on a channel is ulcerative colitis information, right? Not necessarily business and travel type topics. So I can always have separate channels for that if I want to deal with that. So this is just something that I want to talk about in my new videos that are going to be coming out weekly at least. And I definitely will need your help on this. So if you can also comment and let me know what you would like to discuss, what may help you, what could I talk about that would help you in your journey. I detailed everything in my book. By the way, there's a link below look, I don't make a lot of money on that book. It's probably not going to be a New York Times bestseller, but I just put everything down in a book, a paperback book on Amazon, so that people could have an easy reference guide if they wanted to go check it out, you know. So it's not something that I'm looking to really capitalize off of. I just thought people are always asking me if I had written a book, and you know, so last year during the pandemic, the shutdowns, coronavirus, all that stuff, I decided to put it all on paper, so it's an easy reference, and you could have that to refer back to if you want to get a copy. It's on Amazon and the links below. But you know, that's the other thing, is I never got coronavirus during this whole time. You know, and that's what's something about when you get yourself in a position of being cured or healed or in remission or whatever it is you want to call it, then life is drastically different. And I tell you what, I've just been in a great position for the last 7 to 8 years to not have to deal with anything. And I've traveled the world. And also, you know, I thought about this last year during coronavirus. I thought, well, they classify ulcerative colitis as an autoimmune disease. And what would happen if I were to catch coronavirus, right? And it never happened. And I truly believe that's from a strong immune system now. You know, one of the things that I went on was the blood type diet, and that's after I did elimination diets and everything else, and had to get myself in a position to where I could eat again first. But I went on the blood type diet, and blood type diet is not necessarily a weight loss diet. Blood type diet is an immune system building diet. It's about eating foods that work well with your body and digestion, and so it doesn't bog down your digestive system, therefore causing problems with your immune system. And I think that's really key, because I've pretty much followed the blood type diet for the last 8 years, which I'm an A blood type, and that's the vegetarian blood type, and I never wanted to be the vegetarian. I grew up in Texas. I was born and raised here. I love beef and barbecue and bacon and brisket and anything else that started with a B, and I thought I would never ever cut that stuff out, and I haven't eaten beef in the last 7 years, you know, and because it's not good for me on my blood type, and so it keeps my digestion system functioning well. Actually, I haven't even been sick. I haven't gotten the cold or the flu or anything at all in regards to getting sick, because I believe now my immune system functions at such a high level that I'm not susceptible to those types of things. And sure enough, with coronavirus, I was at a doctor. I still do see medical doctors, by the way. So, you know, I don't have anything against medical doctors. And so I don't want anybody to ever think that. But I am against kind of like a cross-the-board type scenario. And in my experience with medical doctors is I saw 4 GI doctors whenever I was terribly, terribly sick. I was going to say in excruciating pain, but terribly sick. All 4 doctors told me the exact same thing, put me on the exact same medications. Nobody thought outside the box. Nobody really wanted to veer off from the protocols that they were told by the certain journals and magazines and things like that, that you're supposed to go on this medication. If that doesn't work, go on this medication. If that doesn't work, go on this medication. If that doesn't work, and if none of that works, then let's just cut out your colon. And that's just something I don't agree with. But I do still go back to the medical doctors. Like I went back last month, had a full blood panel. They took a lot of blood. They took a lot of blood just because I still want to know. I still want tests to be ran. I still just want to see what's going on. I came back completely clean. My blood pressure, everything, cholesterol, completely normal. And I just feel like, and I've been out of the country 4 times since coronavirus. I've traveled. I've been to other countries. And, you know, I've really tried to live a normal life during the whole pandemic, and I never caught it. And I truly believe that's because I got a highly functioning immune system now that is keeping me protected. So I don't eat foods that completely bog down my digestive system, that don't go well with me, and that's along the blood type diet. So I still follow that. Do I cheat every once in a while? Well, if I do, I had some ice cream the other day for the first time in maybe a year, or I don't know, maybe 2 years that I've had ice cream. And I tell you what, it didn't taste the same. It tasted okay. And you know what? For the next 6 hours, my stomach hurt. I was gassy. I was bloated. I just realized it's not worth it. It's not worth it. There's other things that I enjoy, and I'm just not a big sweets person, so I don't have to worry about that. But there's other things I enjoy now. You just develop different taste buds, and so even like I don't crave beef anymore. I did go through like a 30-day withdrawal whenever I cut out beef. That was pretty hard because I used to eat beef every single day, and you know what? I was always breaking out. I was in my 30s, still breaking out. And I never knew why, and the doctors could never tell me why. And whenever I cut out beef, completely cleared up my skin. So, and now I'm 41, and I look better than I did whenever I was 31. At least I think so, right? I don't know, but I think my skin's up. It's okay. I don't break out anymore, but I feel healthier. I feel leaner. I feel better than I did 10 years ago. But I was also sick 10 years ago. I was 33 years old when all that happened. Whenever I lost all the weight, and so it's just something that I want to encourage you to keep fighting the good fight, keep looking for answers, keep trying to find other alternatives. If you're not getting better, then there is hope, and you have to find what works for you. So try to experiment the best you can, and you got to give some things some time to try out, at least 30, 60 days, depending on what the protocol is, but also try to find a natural doctor to work with. They're going to help you out, and that's always the best way. Don't just experiment on your own, although you're allowed to do that, but I always did what I could do with doctors. I ended up seeing 5 different natural doctors over the course of my healing, and each one of them played a significant role in my recovery. But I detail all that in my book. Like I mentioned, it's in the description below. But again, I want to start coming out with these videos weekly, and that's just something I feel like I owe to you and the ulcerative colitis community here. I want to do whatever I can to help everyone out. So please comment below. Let me know what topics you'd like to discuss. I mean, I have my own topics, so I'm not digging for content here, but also it does help. I mean, if you have specific questions or concerns or things that you've tried or want to discuss, then let's do that. And I'm really going to focus on getting out a video each week to you guys. And again, I apologize for really mixing up some business aspects and travel aspects and things like that in this channel. I'm going to keep this completely related to ulcerative colitis now and what I can do to help you in your journey. So until next time, well, I'll see you on the next video.